boy, that pulled back pretty good. Alrighty folks, welcome back. First trip back in California. I think we just have to go to the Delta, even though I've heard it's been really tough out here. Wouldn't you know, 75 degrees at 8 a.m. right now. It's gonna be close to 100, so welcome back to California. But either way, it is always exciting fishing out here on the Delta. Literally any cast, you could catch a giant. They're around, sometimes they just like to act up. I'll say one thing, it's always crazy after I fish for a few weeks out of that Slayer 10, which again, love that little kayak, awesome portability with it and transportation, but man, when I get back into 10.5, I feel like I'm in like a boat, like a bass boat. Like, it's crazy how stable this thing is. But again, today we're on the Delta. I'm gonna grind it away for you guys. See if we can catch 5 keepers. Enough talking, let's fish. Alright, I will say that's a sign. As soon as we switched over. No skunk! Oh my gosh. Sure. Little guy, but no skunk. Chatterbait always freaking works. Oh, lordy lord, that's big. I think he's still on there. It's a big frogfish, dude. It's a big frogfish. What a pleasant surprise. Let's show you exactly where I threw that frog. You would just not really think there'd be a bass and stuff that crazy thick. There's one. Dude. Looks nice on that side. Other side, he's got some sores. Kind of looks like a gash or something. Dang. Solid fish though. I mean, don't get me wrong, the New York trip was a lot of fun. Love fishing in New York, but you're just not gonna catch them like that size in New York. Not typically. Oh, man. Okay. Mr. Frog it is. Alrighty. Just gonna tell you guys right now, this is not the right rod. I brought all my reels to New York. Of course, I've got some rods in New York, and then I kept all my other rods here. And when I put my reels back on my rods last night, I accidentally put my punch reel on my 8-foot swim bait rod. So we'll see how that goes today. You still on there, dude? Shake me off. Stinker shook me off. I got plenty of leverage with the swim bait rod. Oh wait, he's still there. My God, you're just a baby though. Buried up in the salad. Well, they're buried up in the grass, that's for sure. Small belly shirt. Alright. Guess we can work with a swim bait rod for our punching rod for today. And definitely have the leverage. Yes, and wouldn't you know, the punch bait of choice is the Yum Bad Mama. What else could it be? Now that flip was interesting. I let that dangle a little bit, yo-yoed it a few times, and that fish eventually hit, so might have to mix up power fishing today, you know? It's just a jungle back here though. Oh boy, that pulled back pretty good. Well, there's one thing you don't have to worry about when you're flipping with a swim bait rod, is you can flip just about any fish you want in the boat. Of course it's gonna be a punching day. Another chunk, dude. Another solid fish. That is a lot of fun. And he wants to jump badly. Another solid fish on the swim bait punch rod. And there's literally only one thing wrong with having this as my punch rod today. It's just a lot heavier. After like 15-20 flips, like my arm's pretty fatigued, so that's the only bad thing about it. It's not really something I want to be doing all day, but man, if they're gonna be that size, I can't complain too much. I love that violin. Oh, dang it. I had one. What the heck? Right at the top, sir. All right, little punchy. These fish are definitely buried up in the stuff today, that's for sure. Well, that bite right there, I punched this hyacinth and pretty much was just banging it right underneath the canopy. Probably just imitated a crawfish or something, or a bluegill, flopping around near the top. But that is one thing I've noticed with all three of the punch bites, is does not seem to be on the fall. Definitely not what I'm used to. Ah, friggin' sea lion. Sup, dude? Yeah, scared me. Made a noise. I think there's fish in the area, right? If the sea lion's around. They're right there. He's following me. Ooh, I had one. I actually had one on the wacky sim. Got him again. Oh. Usually when they fold your SENKO like that, they're tiny. You never know though. Oh yeah, see? That's what you get when you throw the SENKO around dinks. Bunch of these little dudes. That doesn't feel too small. Of course you're going in there. Of course you're going in there. You always got to go in there. A lot of dinks, but every so often. Alrighty, nice little SENKO fish. Not bad at all. It's a bonus fish, I would say, throwing a SENKO. Thank you, sir. Trusty black and blue Yamamoto SENKO. Haven't really thrown a SENKO out here, or anywhere for that matter, since the spawn. Guess it was a good idea to bring it today. SENKO. Oh boy. You see, that's why that last fish was lucky, because that's probably what they're supposed to look like when we catch them on the SENKO back here. Oh well, it's a bite. Just had another little dink hit it. There we go. We in the ocean? I think it's not huge, but it's good. Oh God, stay out of there. Dude, they always do that. Always just try to bury you. Another pretty good one. Maybe not bringing my net like a fool. SENKO. Okay. Maybe there's a few good ones around here. Man, that little tiny hook just pegs them so good, you know? It's actually got some pretty good weight to it. Oh, camera just got too hot. You're still on, right? Yeah, you're still on. It's probably a nice, I don't know, 3 and some change. Not bad. 5-inch Yamamoto SENKO. Wacky style. You know, I think we come here earlier in the morning and we fished it pretty fast. We power fished it, you know. We fished the frog and the chatter and the punch. I think this is definitely something I need to get better at, is just learning to slow down once I find some fish in an area, especially the delta, and really picking it apart. Can't think that because I'm not getting bit on the chatterbait or the frog or stuff like that, no matter how many casts I'm making, that there aren't any more fish to be had. You just gotta throw something a little more finessey, and I realize that, I just don't do it enough. There's a bunch of fish right there. That's a medium-sized one, but right there is a bunch of them. That's another medium-sized bass. Not a dink, but not a keeper. Huh. There's a dink. Oh, darn it. There's a few better ones right there. Oh, I can see them all. Look at them all right there. Right there. Right in front of me. I think that's the one I just caught, actually. Bunch of fish back here, no doubt about that. Got another one. Found the mother lode of the dinks. Oh man, he's a real little one. Look at that little guy. That's a scupper. It is funny to think though, if I hadn't brought the spinning rod today and the senkos, I don't know if I'd be able to catch these fish. I'm not saying they're like giants or anything, but they're still fish. Sometimes just getting those bites boosts the morale, especially on days like this. I mean, we've caught a few nice ones, but it's definitely been tough. We've covered a lot of water, made a lot of casts. So these little ones feel good on days like this. Let's go 2 for 2. Not a giant, but not a little one. It's kind of our first one that's around the 12-inch mark, probably. And it's probably just barely 12 inches. Usually they kind of get a little smart to you after you jack one of their buddies. Let's see if we can get 3 for 3. Never know. No! Felt fair. I guess he was fair. Yeah, a little chunk. I don't even think I have senkos with me, to be honest. I feel like I don't. I don't even have any more senkos with me. I literally have just the one senko that was just tied onto the rod. I jinxed it. As soon as I said that I only had one senko left, it's worse. There, that was my only senko. This guy shakes up my only senko. Dang. Son of a gun. The only thing I could do is convert a Yamamoto swim senko to a senko. Definitely not the same though. It actually kind of looks the same in the water for the most part. It might work. Definitely not prepared as I thought I was today. Bring my swim bait rod for my punch rod. Don't pack senkos. Huh. The boot tail might be messing it up. It's not the same fall. Might be a little better. Yeah, that's not working at all. Alrighty folks, we are officially calling it a day. It is about 2 o'clock and you know, not a bad first day back in California. Caught a couple of good ones. These fish were acting kind of funky today. A lot of fish early on buried in that grass, you know, frogging. Got one good one on the frog, got a little random punch action going on, but the deal was definitely the senko at low tide at the very end of the day. I definitely patted myself on the back for bringing the senko, and then wouldn't you know, did not bring any extras. So Man, I was happy to make that one Senko last as long as it did. We caught a couple of nice ones on it. After we lost that one Senko, I tried other stuff and just couldn't get anything going on. So we're calling it a day, which is kind of a bummer. I think there were a few more fish to be caught, but it is what it is. So yeah, that is today's video. Another day on the Delta. It's like 96 degrees right now, so I'm ready to go get some shade and brainstorm where I want to go next. We do have a couple more tournaments left in the year. The next one will actually be the Wild West TOC back at Clear Lake, a 2-day event. So we'll be looking forward to that. But other than that, I don't know where we're gonna go. I guess we'll keep coming to the Delta, but who knows? We might venture out into the lakes again, especially once it starts to cool down. You feel like any day now it's gonna start to cool, but it is California and this can be a really hot time of year. So anyways, that's gonna do it for today's video. As always, thank you guys for coming along, for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in the next one.